Hello, 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 hello.
Okay, did you pause it? I'm not getting anything.
No. Hello, hello, hello. It's okay. Hey, there we go. Very interesting. I've been talking for the past few minutes without my microphone on. That is pretty wild. I hope you guys are doing well reading my lips. That is okay. Hey, we got the mic connected now. That is all right. Happy to go over things for everybody. Let's back it on up. That's great. I was saying some mean stuff here on the live. I give myself a chance to give a redemption chance for myself here. So it was a little late today. We had the dog chewing on the internet cord. We had the lady jumping on my back saying, Matt, please don't. You're too handsome. You're too handsome. Don't go streaming in front of everyone. Not right now. It's my night. But I said, the charts, my lady, the charts. We have to get into the charts, right, for the people. It is what it is. So she has graciously allotted me about 5 minutes of time to come on and speak with you. No, I'm just playing. She has allotted me some time to come and share with you guys the vastness of the crypto space, which is awesome, right? All right, so here we are. Let's start off with crypto bubbles here. Crypto bubbles, we are all over the place. On the daily, we have green, we have red, and it's normal to see this on days where we have big news events, right? Like CPI or PPI. PPI, which came out today as expected since yesterday's stream, as predicted, higher than normal. Since CPI was higher than normal, it's likely that PPI is going to be higher than normal. PPI is just the measure of how much money it costs someone to produce a product, right? And that has risen by 0.1%. So that's telling us that the Fed may not have inflation completely under control like Jerome Powell says he does. And that's going to lead to a pushback in rate cuts, which is a bearish thing for the market. It's bearish for the stock market. It's bearish for the crypto market and risk on assets. So things like gold, things like silver are likely pumping today, and we'll check that out a little later. They're likely pumping today because people are going to be running towards that safety. They want to preserve the value of their dollar while the Fed and the president are locking antlers, trying to figure out what in the world we're supposed to do with these interest rates, because Jerome Powell isn't budging. President Trump wants the interest rates to be cut, working together with his tariffs, right, which is supposed to bolster our economy. He wants markets to go up as well. It's very clear he wants markets to go up since he's buying millions and millions and millions of Ethereum and altcoins and wrap Bitcoin, right, on the Ethereum network. He is buying a lot of cryptos, and seeing those investments tank is definitely upsetting him for sure. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with rate cuts here in the future. The market is pricing in December for the next rate cut, and we'll see if we get that then, or if Trump decides, or if Trump gets his way and bullies Jerome Powell into cutting rates sooner, which would be immaculately bullish for the market because we don't see Jerome Powell budging from his current stance. So you see, we're all over right now. Some of the things that are down further today are things that have actually pumped pretty wildly this week. 38% on PulseX. Hex was up massively, 31%. This week had a big run up, right? So it's just people taking profits in those areas. PancakeSwap was up 100% this week. So seeing these big red bubbles isn't necessarily a bad thing, and it often symbolizes things during news events where people decide to take some profits and run into things that haven't necessarily pumped since we've had kind of a hawkish stance on crypto from the Fed in these recent days, right? So let's jump into the Bitcoin chart and see what is going on. Earlier I did make a post on YouTube of this flag breaking out. We broke out, hit the target, right, and since retraced from then. So let's get rid of some of this work and let's go over what I am seeing here in the charts, right? Let's pull up the daily. So we've been ranging since the election between about 90,000 and 110K. We have been bouncing in this $20,000 range, and as you can see, we are sitting right on the high volume node right here on the VRVP. What does that mean, right? So that means this is the area where the most amount of Bitcoin has changed hands. So we are in the area where the most volume is being transacted, and eventually buyers or sellers are going to win out here. Likely when you break from a high volume node, you're going to come down to the next highest one, right? Which is down here at about 94.9, or up here at about 101,000. And since this week, we really haven't had a lot of price movements on the daily, despite the intraday price action, right? These wicks are pretty violent here on the daily, but a lot of these days we've budged maybe $100, $200 in total from open to close, right? And they're taking out a lot of leverage positions, took out the shorts there, took out the longs here, right? They're taking out a lot of those higher leverage positions in anticipation of what I believe is going to be a big move here in the future. As we come down to the 4 hour, we're kind of getting closer to my idea of what is going on here in the charts. I haven't really been able to see a lot of definitive patterns. There's been a lot of wonkiness, right? In the charts, but this is the first time I'm actually seeing, to me, what is a clear-cut pattern for my bias of bullishness, right? Here we are, we have the Adam and Eve pattern, right? We have a sharp drop-off, right? Followed by a sharp rise, and we have that nice rounded bottom that I'm seeing here on the 4 hour for Bitcoin. This is the reason that I am maintaining a bullish position. Well, the VRVP is going to be changing as I'm zooming in and out, right? But this is why I am bullish here in the near term, because I like the way this Adam and Eve is shaping out. As we break down into the smaller time frames, the 2 hour, we are still below the 200 SMA. The 1 hour, we are sitting right on that 200 SMA on the 1 hour. The 21 is curving, and we are looking at a cross of the 1 hour 200 SMA. When that happens, it's likely we're going to come to the 2 hour up here, and that will kind of get us close to where that Adam and Eve is going to start breaking out, in my opinion, to the upside, right? So nothing I say on this channel is financial advice, but this is what I am seeing for Bitcoin in the near term. So Matt, what are you doing? How are you playing this market right now? Well, let's go over here to Blowfin. This is where I'm sitting, right? Currently I am in a few trades, right? 3 are in the profit, 1 is not. My current Bitcoin trade, trading at 10x, utilizing $400 of margin, controlling $4,000 worth of Bitcoin, currently $32 in the profit. And we entered this back here when the 5-minute broke the 200 SMA on the 5-minute time frame, right? And since then we've had a substantial bullish push. Since then, we've gotten above the 15-minute 200 MA, and we are currently sitting, as we saw, right, on the 1 hour 200 SMA for Bitcoin. Closes above the 1 hour 200 SMA for Bitcoin are very bullish and tend to lead us to substantial pumps in the near term. So I am going to be watching that very closely over the course of this stream and over the course of the night for those of you who are trading with me throughout the Asian markets, right? So as you go back, you can also see that the 1 hour has also served as key points of resistance, right? This is a crossroads for Bitcoin, but we would really like to see that push above, right? As we go back here, that push above that 1 hour 200 SMA to see continued price action to the upside, right? The 1 hour is a little overbought on the stochastics RSI. We're not seeing any major divergence here on the short time frame or on the 1 hour time frame, but that blue line, as we zoom in here, is starting to curve back over our signal line, right? So we are looking to get that push up, maintaining this overbought region for a substantial pump to the upside. Sip of coffee. Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Yes, we are. Let me reset my face here. Let me reset my face. Video capture device. Boop, boop. We will fix this internet problem. I will be calling the internet company today to see what is going on, because this is ridiculous. We may have to hardwire into the internet. Yeah, we could either do that in the wall, and if that doesn't work, I will go outside and drill into our property in order to get a stable connection so I can live stream to you guys every single night. All right, here we are. I'm not really sure where we got disconnected, but here on the 15-minute time frame, we are being supported by the 21 and pushing towards the upside. We are getting a slight bearish divergence here on the 15, but nothing to be really worried about, as this is a smaller time frame and we're kind of going off the 1 hour idea here, right? But that bearish divergence does say that it is likely we push below this high, this low before we break this high right here, right? So we'll see how that plays out, but I believe we're going to push further to the upside. That bearish divergence is pretty weak. The slant isn't super strong right now, right? And I'm going based off of the 1 hour idea of us getting above the 200 SMA, which I believe takes precedence before any divergence. Divergence, right? So I believe that 200 SMA cross is going to be stronger than any divergence that is presented, and we may push up here to the 2 hour 200 SMA. All right, here we go. Back to crypto bubbles. What else is popping here in the market? We have Jupiter, XRP, Hyperliquid. Let's take a look at Hyperliquid. We had a chat yesterday about Hyperliquid, one of the best trades that we are in currently at the moment. Yeah, here we go. By my friend Josiah, calling in the Hyperliquid call, and we have taken this flag since yesterday. Trade here on Blowfin, currently up 44% on the day on 7x leverage, risking $45 for. Let's see. Let's pull it straight up here. Correction, risking. We got to move that up. Risking $45 for a big 5. Not 5. That's about a $160 take profit, right? I have my limit sells, so unfortunately on Blowfin it does not say the profit you're going to make, but we are going to take our total 338 and it'll turn into about 600 for about a $270 gain. Had to do some quick mental math there, but we'll be dragging this stop loss up in profit once we break out a little higher here. But we're going to zoom in here, and this is looking beautiful for some continuation. We do have some stronger bearish divergence here on Hyperliquid than we have on Bitcoin. Oh, correction, we do not. We do not. It is looking really, really good here on Hyperliquid. Let's see if we could kind of make some kind of flaggeroonie out of there. And you got your flag. You have your pole. It's kind of ugly, but that looks to continue up to our 2850 region for Hyperliquid. Let's see if we can get that push tonight, as we have broken out. Currently, we have broken out of the daily pennant, right, since yesterday. Excellent call from my friend Josiah, keeping Hyperliquid on our radar. We are above the high volume node. Stochastics are pointing to the upside. We have our purple line crossing the orange line. That is bullish. Every bullish thing that you could think of is currently looming in the Hyperliquid chart. This is a macro breakout. This pennant's been forming since the 21st of December, so about two months in the making here, and seeing that consolidation break with a candle close, which, keep in mind, it is not until another 18 hours and 32 minutes. So keeping that in mind, if we get that candle body close above, say, the $26 level, you'll be looking for a substantial continuation to the upside to our target here of the flagpole. And we'll be coming up to around that $46 to $48 region. That is a technical target for Hyperliquid, and I am super excited to see how that pans out. That is going to be a longer term trade. It's not going to happen today or tomorrow, but over the course of time, I believe that trade will play out, right? And Hyperliquid has the ability to move. It's getting a lot of institutional adoption, and it is one of the top performers on the day. On the week, I believe it is up 10%, and on the day, it is one of the few greens that we've had since this PPI news. So even though we've gotten bearish news today for crypto, we are still seeing that pump from Hyperliquid, which shows severe strength when the rest of the market is struggling, and you have an altcoin outperforming XRP, Hyperliquid, Jupiter, things like that. That shows relative strength. And when the market comes back, these can pump even harder because you have money flowing into these coins from other altcoins that have already pumped massively, like Hex, Pulse XN, Pancake, Swap. All right. Let's move on to the next trade that we're in here. Let's do all the winners first. I like that. Right? Our Ethereum trade sitting at about break even from yesterday. This is going to be a larger trade here, risking about $200 for 800 here. This is a bigger trade on Ethereum, and we think that this is going to move further to the upside as we've already broken above that 1 hour 200 SMA, and we are going to be looking to come for that 4 hour 200 SMA in the coming days. So as this starts, it's at about break even right now, $1 in profit. When this trade starts pushing up to about $50 in profit, I'm gonna be moving this stop loss up to break even, and I'll be managing the trade. If we lose this 1 hour 200 SMA, I'll look at cutting off this trade, as I do not want to risk a further drop to the downside. As long as we are above this 1 hour 200 SMA, I am bullish on Ethereum. Let's pull it up here on TradingView, something that's a little easier to look at. Pull up the Binance chart. Oh my gosh, look at a scary boo from yesterday, right? An inverted head and shoulders, big idea, right? On the time frame, ignore these little squiggles in here. That's me with my Mussolini mustache. We have the shoulder, you have the head, and you have the right shoulder with the inverted head and shoulder breakout target coming all the way up to about $6,800, which is going to be a 121% move from here. And that does seem extreme, but let's look back in history for Ethereum about for what it's done in relatively short periods of time. This is back in the bull market of 21 when Ethereum really got its legs off. Right, we're sitting around here. This looks very similar to where we're at right now. This is just consolidation, some weakness right in the market. But once Ethereum got its footing, right, it didn't take, this is April, right? April, in 15 days, Ethereum was able to make 100% return in the course of 2 weeks, 15 days, 16 days, right? So Ethereum can move, and it can move massively. And currently, it has a lot of institutional adoption. The World Liberty Financial investing millions and millions and millions. It seems like the wallet is purchasing an extra couple million every single day since Trump has been getting in office. The Trump administration is loading up on Ethereum, and I would not speculate on massively lower prices when you have these giant multi-million-dollar buy blocks buying up Ethereum at these lower prices. This was a massive wick on Ethereum. We came down to about $2,000, devastating, liquidated, cleared a lot of liquidity from the market. But you have to think, whenever you have these big drops, right, and it gets bought up, who bought Ethereum here? Who was it, right? And, you know, and it could have been me or you, but we don't have the amount of money individually, right? And I'm just speaking for myself on this channel, to move the Ethereum market that is worth, you know, half a trillion dollars. So who bought this Ethereum right here? The equivalent of about $100 billion, a 25% drop, $100 billion worth of Ethereum. Where did that $100 billion come from? I don't know, but I know I know it had to be an institution. It had to be a big player. It had to be something that somebody that knows something that most of us do not, right? You don't see big wicks like this often, right, on the Ethereum chart. You had another one here, and what was that? That marked an area where we never saw these prices again, right? Until this big wick. Someone is buying Ethereum here. Someone has buy orders down here at that $2,000 level. It is a good shield, if you will, from lower price action. And we are consolidating right now above a high volume node. And it is likely, and what this trade is based off of here on Ethereum, for us coming up to the next high volume node. We consolidated, got above, flipped it to support. Let's zoom in here. The VRVP is going to change, flipped it to support, and pushed up a little higher, right? We pushed up a little higher. Now that high VRVP is support, we could push up to the next, right? And this is a massive wall. This is a massive wall up here in this $3,400 level, but we are looking to get out of that trade in the $3,100 to $3,200 level right before we reach those that high volume node right here on the VRVP. All right, let's look over. Let's go to the loser. All right, let's pull out the loser. Where are we at? Where are we at here? Ondo, good night. What are you doing to me, Ondo? All right. We got in Ondo. This was yesterday. We opened this trade on the break of the 200 SMA on the 1 hour just to get rejected and sink after that CPI news disaster. We had a capitulation event, right? We had a pump and we lost the 200 SMA on the 1 hour, and now we're flirting with the bottom of this consolidation wedge, right? We close a couple candles below this. I will abandon this trade. It's not something I'm looking at holding. As you know, we may be looking to fall off a cliff here. We lose this support level right here, but I'm gonna hold it, right? You never want to sell into support. Just because, just out of fear, right? Likely every time we've came down here, we bounced hard on Ondo. We bounced once, we bounced twice, we bounced 3 times, we bounced 4 times, we bounced 5 times, we bounced 6 times, we bounced 7 times, right? If you count that bounce right there. There is no reason for me to exit this trade until we crack these lows, because it is clear we are sitting on a very big buy order block here. So I'm going to let this trade ride out, and I'll keep you posted on... Come on, internet. Stick with me, baby. What is this? I might write a review for hey, let's see. Yeah, let's use Yelp. Here we go. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star. I would love to add to this. Where are we? In Xfinity. You know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's professionally critique them on our, let's just ask them what's going on. At Comcast. Here we go. I'm gonna remove the all caps, but if I hit the caps button, my friend's gonna come up here, so I have to delete that. Hold on. Boop 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 boop. Yes. No. There we go. Where's my friend? Where's my friend? Where's my friend? Oh, all right, there we go. We got him off there. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's look back at Comcast. What are you doing? I'm trying to stream to my beautiful followers. Get your hiney in gear. This is unacceptable. Don't make me switch to... Babe, who's another internet provider? Starlink. Starlink. Here we go. Don't make me switch to Starlink. I hope Elon Musk posts on here. Post that up there. What are you doing? I'm trying to stream to my beautiful followers. Get your hiney in gear. This is unacceptable. Don't make me switch to Starlink. All right, back to the charts here. This is ridiculous. All right, we're gonna, I like to like my own video. I like that. You know what I mean? This handsome man said some good stuff, right? All right, let's get out of here. What is this? Ridiculous. All right, back. All right, so I like this overall. I like this overall idea for Ethereum. Whoa, we're not even on Ethereum. Let's go to Ondo. Good night. Internet issues. Comcast ticking me off. Do we even have Comcast? I have no idea. I'll have to speak to my lovely lady about our internet provider. It's ridiculous. All right, on the 5-minute time frame, we lost that that 200 SMA. On the 1 minute, we're below the 200 SMA. So Ondo is in danger. This is danger. This is danger territory. Let's see if there's anything that is holding us up right here. No, no, no. Definitely no. Nope. No. Ondo's struggling. Ondo's struggling. I want to see a strong daily close. I want to get us above that 135 region. I need to see some strength here from Ondo, or I'm going to start abandoning this trade, because this is a danger zone for Ondo. That is true. Again, 18 hours left in the daily candle, so there's a lot of time left to recover from this. That's looking like some good consolidation to me. We have some nice order block and nice wicks down into this region. And hopefully we can get some bought up here. The stochastics look like they're ready to go. I'm going to go with my gut here on the larger time frame for Ondo. I'm going to leave this trade open for a little longer to see if we can get some strength here, especially if Bitcoin can start to recover, which would be really nice. But it seems like we're getting some pain here on the 1 hour, right? We're down a little bit. We're getting some big bubbles, right? But we are struggling a little bit on the 1 hour, right? Bitcoin showing a little weakness here heading into the night as Asia begins to take their lunch. Very common to see risk on assets fall a little bit during the middle of trading days. 12:30 for New York, that 12 to 12:30 region for the Asians in the morning time, right? All right, onward we go. Let's check out the chat. What do we have here? Oh my gosh, we have April the Lovely. Let's see what we got. All right, you said you do not have Cox. I do. That's okay. That sounds like a personal issue. We support all types of people here. We don't have a spectrum. I am not on the spectrum. We have you. Your hair looks great. Thank you. I've been working on my beauty. I put in some product today. No big deal. But my beauty light and my camera love it. They love it. All right. Well, let's go over to some coins that I like looking at, and everyone likes looking at. Let's look at XRP and the virtual protocol. Let's look at XRP. Everyone loves looking at XRP, right? The XRP army. Congratulations to the XRP army. Anybody in the XRP army? Because this has been a coin that has been on an absolute monstrous tear since November, when speculation that Brad Garlinghouse was going to wiggle his way into the White House, and that he did. He is now one of the leading advisors for Trump's Crypto Advisory Council. What a legend. How he got in there, I have no idea, but he looks to be doing some work with institutional adoption, and there's led people to speculate that XRP will be the next leading global financial payments aggregator in this space. We will see if that comes to fruition. And everybody's got a lot of strong opinions about XRP, but we're here to look at the charts, right? We're here to look at the charts, and man, this thing goes back a long way, a long way back. It's been around since 2017. I wonder if we could pull up, let's see, on Coinbase maybe has the data. Nah, since 23. Kraken maybe? No. Oh yes, here we go, all the way back. Yeah, there we go, there it is. XRP. Man, you can barely get this on the chart. XRP. Touching its prior all-time high at I believe about $3.30. $3.30. Fun fact about XRP, not many people know this, but XRP used to be more valuable in market cap than Bitcoin. It used to be the leading cryptocurrency in the space. Come on, we can get that. The high of no way. The the high of 334, about $3.35. We have tapped that once again for XRP, and people are speculating on a breakout here of this key zone as we have came up exactly to the all-time high. Tell me I put my friend's face up there again. No, I didn't. Okay. So we came up to exactly the all-time high and touched it. Now, I am just speaking the charts here. I am just speaking the charts. I am not talking about speculation. I am not talking about anything other than what the charts have. But XRP's been here before. XRP has been here before, and I'm not saying XRP isn't going to do some damage. They definitely have a lot more institutional adoption today than they did back here. And I don't know what happened back here, why it slumped and never came back. You had the SEC, Gary Gensler, suing XRP, but that didn't happen up here until 2020, 2021, that area. So I don't know what happened back here. But this was a massive capitulation event, and I air caution to everyone who is so-called averaging in up here at these prices, right? It is dangerous, as this, as a chart, just from a charting perspective, so far as it is a double top, right? You have your top, right? You have a double top, and we hit a significant resistance zone, and right now you are consolidating, right? You're consolidating in here. Now, will XRP go higher? I absolutely think that it has the potential to go higher. But this asset does get sold into every single month by Ripple, right? They unlock 1 billion tokens a month. That's $3 billion that is sold every month onto the public. I'm not going to express my opinion on that, but they do hold over they hold about 40 to 45% of the supply, which they will continually, I want to say dump on the market, right? We'll call it as it is, dump on the market over the course of time, right? So I don't know how they're going to justify that to people, and that is something that Brad Garlinghouse definitely is going to have to answer to investors about, because there's no way that people are going to constantly buy into something that has that massive amount of sell pressure. I mean, it already has, but it's gotten a lot of hype, right? And it is clear that hype has since died off, and this scared people. I'll tell you what, this wick scared people. It scared people. XRP was one of the most devastated. 35% drop for XRP in a single day. If that doesn't make you crap yourself, I don't know what will. A 35% drop in a day is massive, especially for an asset that claims to be a cheap and solid alternative for financial transactions around the world. You can't have volatility like that if that's what you're aiming to. In my opinion, you can't have volatility like that when you're trying to provide a stable payment aggregator for the world financial system, right? So let's see here. You do have a triangle forming here, and it could break up or break down, right? It's a symmetrical triangle. But after such a massive push on XRP, I will say there are a lot of coins out there, and the coins that have had massive punches already, HBAR, XRP, XLM, things that have 3, 4, 5x over the course of this bull run, be cautious. That when this bull run does take off, other valid projects, right, will start getting a lot of money invested in them, and people will start to take profits and chase the next euphoric rise in XRP, and XRP is not going to see another 5x. Unlikely to see another 5x from where it is, just because the market cap's so large. If it 5x's, it would replace Ethereum. Now, if you're speculating on that, more power to you. But these drops right here, you break out the wrong way, and you're looking at from here a 57% drop to the downside, which would be devastating. And I promise you, we haven't seen a massive, everybody who longed this entire way up, if you longed any day in XRP, anything, I don't even think you had a single 10% drop in a day on any of these candles. The amount of long liquidation orders in here is massive. And it would only take some, not a lot of manipulation, like it was here, right? In my opinion, that was manipulation, but it wouldn't take a lot to start. It's like dominoes. You start tickering on this high volume node, you lose it, you close a candle below it, you close some candles below it, which we teetered here, we snap back right above, right? We snap back above on this, you close a candle below, where are we going? We're going to the next high volume node down here at 144, down to 110, and nobody wants to hear this, but down to 58 cents is the next high volume node that's sitting there for XRP. So I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but I'm saying that you have to acknowledge the downside risk of an asset that's already pumped massively. XLM's on there. The Optimism Network, like there's Optimum Network, Optimism. Where we at? Optimism. OP. The Optimism Network, something that has pumped. Man, no. The Om Network. Thinking of a different one. Mantra DAO. Pumped massively this month. Had a 50% move. But you're talking about something that 19x'd a year ago. So you 19x'd. You were trading at 20 cents a year to date ago. And now you're sitting at $6.04. The acknowledgement of downside risk, even a healthy retracement, a healthy 618 retracement will take you back to $3. So that can really do a damper on your portfolio if you invest in these things that have already blown up massively, absolutely massively over the course of time, right? So, this isn't financial advice, of course, but just do your own due diligence and be cautious of these projects that have absolutely pumped to the moon. If you have something that pumps 720%, right? 7X's, you have people that got in down here. You have people that 36X their money, right? There are going to be people that take profits on these kind of things. So you have to keep that in mind whenever you are making any kind of investment, because nobody in this space makes any money until they hit the sell button. And I'm not saying they hit the sell button, but I'm saying you can ride. There are people. Let's use XRP, for example. Let's see. There are people that have held XRP since back here, right? Since here. You're talking about an asset, right? You buy in up here, whatever. You haven't made money in 8 years if you held that investment. 8 years, you have not made money. Every time we've had a massive blow up here, what has happened? A capitulation down, right? And it'll happen on Bitcoin too. Don't get me wrong. But I'm saying that whenever you have explosive moves to the upside, and people start taking profits, right? There's going to be a period of time where we enter a bear market, right? And people are going to be wanting to get out of these investments. And the things that have run up very, very hard, very quickly, are the ones that are going to take some massive punishment on the way down, more so than assets that have been slowly climbing like Bitcoin, right? And Ethereum has been absolutely massively punished ever since it's hit its all-time high back in 2021. It hasn't even broken its high. It's similar to XRP, hasn't broken its high. So, we haven't even, by that stance, we haven't entered the alt season yet, right? I'm saying we're kind of teetering on a fence here. If we can't break through these highs, right, and Ethereum cannot get back up to that $5,000 level, we could be in some trouble for the altcoins, and that leads us over to Bitcoin dominance. Let's see how Bitcoin's doing relative to the rest of the market, because it has been on a massive tear, on a massive 2-year tear to the upside. A massive 2-year run to the upside for Bitcoin dominance, right? Now, I've seen a lot of these channels. I've seen a lot of, broken patterns. I've seen a lot of speculation like, oh, now's the time that it has to break to the downside, right? And this channel will break eventually. It tried to break here, couldn't close the candle above, and now we're heading what looks like back down to the bottom of the pattern. What's interesting about the bottom of this pattern, right? If we were to get there, that's sitting right there on that daily 200 SMA, right? You break that daily 200 SMA, and that is when often these alt seasons start, right? We had a mini alt season here, right? When we came from the top of the channel down, we broke the 200 SMA, and Bitcoin had a capitulation day, pushed dominance back up above the 200, and we maintained in this channel, right? However, that was the first sign of weakness here. We've held this channel for 2 years, right? That was the first sign of weakness. We break this again. We break the daily 200 MA. Let's see what happened the last time we broke the daily 200 MA. We broke the last couple times, broke the daily 200 MA. And Bitcoin dominance, I'm not talking about Bitcoin price, right? Bitcoin dominance, the percent of the entire market that is in Bitcoin has fallen about 10%, right? Right there. And let's look here. Fallen about 14% up here. This was the massive alt season of 2021. You had a massive 37% drop in Bitcoin dominance. Now, back here, the Bitcoin market cap, you know, we were trading at 20,000. You're looking at a $700 million billion dollar market cap, right? And we had 37% of that. Only about $200 billion running into the altcoin space from Bitcoin. But now, this is where people argue is going to be the biggest alt season ever. Well, why? Why, Voice Crypto? Why is this going to be the biggest altcoin ever? Look at the market caps of some of these things comparatively, right? Look at the market cap. Look at the market cap of some of these coins now. We were talking about 700 billion back then when we had a 37% drop. What if we get a 37% drop? Excuse me. And the market cap is sitting at, oh, I need some water, my uvula. I'm an old raisin uvula over here, raisin right up. Looking like one of those sun-dried tomatoes. All right, we got the market cap, right? We're sitting at about $1.9 trillion. If Bitcoin does this pump like it's expected to over the course of the next year, the bull run, right? What are we going to be looking at? We could be looking at a $200,000 Bitcoin. Well, yeah, and that's going to put the market cap around $4 trillion. Then say you have a Bitcoin dominance start to, you know, fall off, or it falls off as we push to that that $4 trillion level in market cap. If we have that capitulation in Bitcoin dominance, so say we have even a 25%, that's $1 trillion entering into the altcoin market, which would be absolutely savage for the altcoins. The gains that people will make on some of these altcoins are gonna be immaculate. With that being said, we have a lot more altcoins in the space, which is where I believe utility is gonna take over these memes and things of that nature. But you have a 25% drop on a $4 trillion asset. That's $1 trillion entering the altcoin market, suggesting that at the total crypto market cap of all the altcoins, right? Total crypto market cap, oh, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? It's called Total 3. We could always pull that up on TradingView. Just like any other chart, it represents every crypto besides Bitcoin and Ethereum, the market leaders, right? You're sitting at $906 billion here. We have Bitcoin dominance fall just 25%. That, ladies and gentlemen, will push us up to about $2 trillion, right? Oh my gosh, my colors are off. Right? When I kind of have our pennant here, I don't like how we're kind of teetering in between that high volume node, the high volume nodes here. Could we see a drop to 760? Definitely possible, right? So if we bull flag breakout here, that'll take us up to 1.6 trillion. But if the dominance were to fall off, you'll see one of those meteoric, massive rises like we did here back in November when Trump won the election. We'll see a massive rise right here, and we could get up to that $2 trillion level. Who knows? It can get euphoric. Let's look at prior alt seasons, the gains that were made. We're talking about a $135 billion market cap coming all the way up to 1 trillion, almost 7xing the average altcoin that's up there, an alt season that lasted 5 months. 7x, 6.5x, 7x in 5 months. That is a massive return on investment on spot, and even more massive if you were opening up any long-term futures or leverage positions. Speaking of which, if you'd like to trade on Blowfin, come trade with us. Come join this $5,000 to $10,000 account challenge. Account currently sitting at $5,426. We are on our way to $10,000. We're going to do that here together with everyone, in front of everyone on the live. so that we could show that anything truly is possible with trading, and you can make money doing this, everyone. You can pull money off the market, you can learn this skill, and you can become something greater than you are today with this extra little skill added to your tool belt, and you can change your life as I have with trading. All right, onward. Let's go. Let's see what else is on crypto bubbles here. Trump coin, the meme coin. Oh yeah, going everywhere today. Okay. You have Jupiter moving. It's always good to see Jupiter. Congratulations to everybody holding Jupiter. Just got your airdrop. That was super cool back in January. Everybody who used the Jupiter network got a little airdrop when you swap through Jupiter on the Solana network, due to it being able to calculate your swap volume. And that's how they are distributing the remaining $6 billion Jupiter tokens over the next 2 years. So whenever you're swapping, I highly recommend to use the Jupiter platform. You don't need to hold Jupiter. You don't need to do anything. You just need to swap on that platform for very minimal fees, less than you'll get through Soulflare or Phantom. And you can connect your Soulflare or Phantom wallet to Jupiter. It's just what I recommend doing. And you will be eligible for that airdrop at the end of the year. The Jupiter tokens trading at about 90 cents. Right, so you know every Jupiter that you get for just swapping is an extra $1 in your pocket that you could use for anything like buying your girlfriend gold on Valentine's Day, or taking her for pedicures, or just getting her some flowers that say I love you. What else will we be doing with our money, right? That is exactly what I know all of you are looking to do, or your man. If you're, if you want to get your man something, you can. You could get. I don't know what men like. What do men like? Men like, you can get them some hockey ticket games, or you could get them, that next video game controller. You buy them some soap, buy them a foot scrubber. Not based off personal experience, but I think that a lot of men need to start scrubbing their feet. Right? Maybe they have a smelly pair of slippers. There's something that displeases their woman, and the woman gets mad at them, when their feet start smelling, or you can start seeing the smell off their feet, telling you need to use things like a scrubby. Another great investment you could use is trading money for. You get your man a scrubby. Get him something that he can use in the shower to clean his body, because you do not want to be hanging out with dirty feet around your lover. They do not want to put your toes anywhere near their face / tongue in the event that you get dirty. In the event you have dirty feet. I know I would not. So it's just something for all us ladies to keep in mind. Not us, you ladies that are out there, right? Or whatever you identify as, right? So here we go. All right, moving on. That was a quick look at Bitcoin dominance, right? Like, it's kind of just trading here, trending on the daily. And we are looking for break of that channel to the downside. Let's see if we could get that for alt season. Massive shooting star pattern to the shooting star candle on the Bitcoin dominance chart to the upside, suggesting that may have been it. That may have been the last bit of gas that had before falling down to the bottom of this channel and potentially breaking that 200 MA on the daily time frame. We already went over total crypto market cap, excluding total 3, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. We did see some bearish divergence here, and it did play out here, right? You have your swing down, slight swing down with a major swing down on the RSI. Let's clear this up here so we can kind of clearly see this. Let's zoom in. So we got our swing across, right? And that's down, but this is steep, right? These lines keep going. They will eventually cross, right? Going back this way. They will eventually cross. Let's take a look at the 3-day chart and see how we're doing. The weekly being supported by the 21. That's a good sign to see for altcoins being supported by the 21. I'm actually liking what I'm seeing here on the weekly. Look at this weekly flag that is forming here on the total crypto market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. We have our flagpole, and that looks pretty standard. Does that not look like a classic bull flag to any of you? It does to me, right? And that suggests that we're going to have a breakout up to about $1.5 trillion. So if you were to set up a trade on this, right, you'd enter now, stop loss below that wick, right? You ever see a big wick? You want to, put your stop loss below it. All right, and we're gonna push up here. That's a 3.5 to 1 risk to reward ratio, telling me that, hey, it may be worthwhile to hold on to the altcoins here, even though they've seen some pain, because the risk reward to the upside is definitely greater here. And so far on the weekly, we have a bullish engulfing candle. Let's delete this here. We have a bullish engulfing candle here on the weekly, so we'll see how that closes in 2 days and 18 hours. Brace for the weekend volatility. That can be dangerous. It could be very dangerous. It could be like this man here on the ladder. He's struggling. You know, he's got his 1 foot on there, violating OSHA. He's coming over here trying to paint. You know, he's trying to get his work done quick so ICE doesn't come and get him. You know, so he is risking a lot here trading on the weekend, right? Because that, you know, the trading ladder right here could collapse and break his leg, break his neck, right? Over leverage, he's not doing good. He had to come on the Boys Crypto channel to figure out how he could redeem himself, right? And that's my friend Long. All right, so we are moving back to the upside here on the bull flag on the weekly. All right. And that is what I wanted to cover tonight with everyone. Our fear and greed sitting at about 38 in the fear. Anytime you see fear, it's always a good time to pick up a little bit of Bitcoin. Every time you see us in the orange and the red, that's the time to buy. And the greed and the green, that's when you want to start offloading some of your bags. So I will keep everybody updated on these trades, which are, you know, currently we are on $19 on the day. We have 3 trades in the profit, 1 trade in the red. Ondo's kicking my butt right now. Ondo, kicking my butt. So we are going to see how that plays out. I will see everybody here tomorrow on the nightly live stream. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I love all of you. Love all of you. Thank you for supporting me in this growing channel here on Boys Crypto. I will see all of you tomorrow. Have a great night.